Okay, great.
Before I unveil the curtain and to speak about the achievement of this person to whom I would like to introduce in this webinar. He is a Mumbai University player of 1979 to 781. He is also who played in the Maharashtra State from 1979 to 1989. He is a Asian basketball champion of India at 1980. He's a probables of a 1982 Asian Games, probables of a Asian Basketball Championship 1985. I have an immense pleasure to speak about this. He's also a recipient of a Shiv Chhatrapati Award. And he's a coach of Maharashtra men team from 1993 to 1994. And he's none other but a very well-known international basketball, Mr. Shri Swaminathanji. Swaminathanji, welcome to you.
Thanks a lot. Good evening to all of you, all of my friends who are logged in. And I take this as a pleasure and honor to be today in this webinar. So let me first thank the management of Gymkhana for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences with you. It will be a great pleasure.
And Swami sir, thank you so much for joining us. And many viewers are there, and many people are there in the sports also. And today's session, I just believe that it's going to be heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah, it will be a great pleasure.
So I would like to, ask my first question, like, say, is your basketball, you started at the school time onwards? How was it, sir? Like, how was the journey started?
Yeah, my basketball career, I would say, started when I was just 10 years old. And prior to that, I used to be playing table tennis. And since I was tall amongst all my friends whom I used to play with, I was identified and said, being a tall person, you should pick up basketball. So that's how I got into this game. And I'm here today. I've been honored and I feel it's a great honor to be speaking to you. Thank you.
And so in the school days, like, is the basketball, the court was available those days, because today only we can see in some of the places only we can see this kind of a courts. So could you please insight something like that? How you started then?
So at those times when I was very fortunate to be born in a place where just across my home, there was a basketball court, there was a huge ground in Gymkhana. I was born in Matunga Kings at Mumbai. And there was a basketball court. Those times it used to be a mud court. And they used to have an All India basketball tournament, very famous Ramu Memorial Basketball Tournament. And watching those matches has drawn me closer to the game. And I was very fortunate to be born very close to a playing arena, and which I am very. It's very unfortunate that is not available today, and that's it. I'm very fortunate that I was born in a place where this sporting arena was available.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you about this basketball game. This is one of the sports in which all the players are on the toe. From the day, when the game starts till the end, they are running across you can say the court. One of the tiring game, you can say that. So my second question will be, did you ever thought that one day you're going to represent India?
That would be telling. Anyway, I'll be frank about it. Yeah. I'm basically a person who's not born with an ambition, and frankly, I never expected that I would be where I am today. And thanks to those people who push me towards basketball, push me towards sports. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Push me towards sports, and I'm grateful to many people who have pushed me towards taking up the sport.
And so we take this pride moments to have a word with you, because you are the pride of India. Thank you so much. And so,
thanks a lot.
When you started this, so I mean, who was a person, who thought that, oh, there is some talent is there, Mr. Swami? How is somebody your friend or the coach who noticed that in your life?
Basically, I told you I was just in front of an arena where basketball was it was a basketball hub. So the coach of the team who was handling, Dr. Ramni Narayan, he spotted me because I used to frequent Gymkhana for playing table tennis. He was the one who spotted me, and he thought that since you're tall, you can pick up this game. I don't know if he saw any talent in me or not. Basically, I myself individually think that I am not born with any inherent talent. So it is just that the motivation given by all these people around that that made me pick up this game.
Okay.
And here I am talking to you.
And sir, I used to always believe that basketball is only for the tall people. This game is only for the tall people. So I would like to know, the viewers wants to know, so what is your height, sir?
So I'm blessed with a height of 6 feet 3 inches.
6 feet 3 inches.
And yeah. So, but I would like to add that it is not a tall man's game.
Okay.
It is not just a tall man's game. Definitely, a taller player has got better advantage. But we have seen right from childhood till date, we have seen some shorter players, relatively shorter players, who excel better than the taller players. So I think if anybody has gotten thought process that only tall people can play basketball, because basketball game is all about swiftness, it's all about weaving, it is not just about running and jumping. So a lot goes into that game. So we have seen, it was a pleasure playing with some of the shorter players. One of them goes by your name, Shibu George. He's from my SBI. Relatively, he's around 5'1", 5'2". But if you see him playing on the court, it's just magic.
And sir, what was your favorite, position you used to play, sir?
I used to see when I picked up the game, they said you are going to play the center. That is, we used to call it as pivot. So everything centers around you. So I've always played that position.
Okay. And so, if from a small place to the international level, it's a big journey. So we would like to know, how was the contribution of your parents in your life and in your career?
It goes a long way, very long way, and I cannot thank them enough. Basically, because I was the I was the last in my family, last child in my family. And we belong to a very moderate and middle class family, working class family, wherein taking care of 5 children, as you know, it's not an easy job. But the amount of encouragement my parents have given me, and my brothers, my sisters, they have given me, is one of the reasons why I'm in front of you, talking to you, having achieved whatever little things I have achieved. It is thankful to them because they put the basics in.
Okay. So, in my childhood, I used to admire Magic Johnson. He's a legend, I always seen that. But now we have Tim Duncan, we have Kobe Bryant, LeBron, fantastic player. So do you think so, Indian can produce this kind of a international player in a coming future?
Taking back to the days when I picked up the game, we have not heard of NBA. We used to hear only about Harlem Globetrotters. They used to come visit the different countries. But I've been very fortunate right from my childhood to see our own Indian players, international players of great reputation. Abbas Muntasir, Kushiramji, Radheshyam, Kataria, Ram Rasool. These are names which have literally pushed us towards picking up the game because we always want to try and emulate them. So I have been hearing of this. I have seen them, these players that you mentioned, only at the later stage. But we definitely have the potential that we can produce players of such professional level because they are professionals. The names you have mentioned, they are professionals. Day in and day out, they are only concentrating on this game.
Okay.
We do have, if you don't have positive thinking, we say that we cannot produce. then it's a closed topic. But we have the talent. It is for us to identify talent and train them to be champions.
Okay. Now this coming question is very personal, you know, it's all about your feeling and emotion. So what you felt when you represent India and you seen that flag in your jersey, what was your feelings of what are you going through that time?
So I cannot express to you in words. It was an ultimate moment, and the realization when it seeps in that you are representing your country, your beloved country, amongst millions and millions of population. You take pride in the fact that you are wearing the national tricolor on your chest. You carry that in your close to your heart.
So you
I
can
definitely cannot express it in words. It was exhilarating feeling.
okay. So like today, you know, many people wants to, you know, they're inspired, even they, as they're listening to you also, if they want to pursue their career, you know, is there any talent hunt in a federation or in the Association of India or a state federation? Something is going up, so for the hunting the new talents?
So I don't know about basketball, but we do have uh, recently we have had many athletes who have come from very meager backgrounds who have finished at the podium level at world and Asian level. Uh, Previously, we used to have something called rural games. Every state used to have rural games.
Okay.
And I have attended some of the rural games. They have raw talent. They have raw talent. They have the physique. They have the power. They have the energy. It is only up to us to pick them up, nurture them, train them, and I'm very sure we'll end up with many Olympic medalists. It is not just a talk, but I feel it is a very positive thinking that we should renew and restart this rural games for where we can really get that.
Okay. So, you know, like we always come across of like a cricket, football, you know, even kabaddi now. There are so many, I mean, these sports are more often is coming up now. They have a huge sponsorships and all things. So do you think, so where you feel that, you know, the basketball, where it stands in the coming future, sir, for these kind of a leagues?
We should have professional leagues, like you said. All these games have uh, started this league. I think they should professionally hand it over to sports management people who are going to break in the sponsorship to you. And recently, I know that Indian government is doing a lot for sports in the sense like hiring of these coaches, if they are foreign coaches, is done by not by the federation. It is by the Indian government, sports government, through Sports Authority of India, with concurring with the federations, and they have been picking up the best coaches worldwide, reputed coaches, and they are being paid by the Indian government through Sports Authority of India, which is a very good move. I think I should thank this move to Rajavardhan Rathore, who was a sports minister from 14 to 17. And this has been initiated in the year 2017. And because I know this, because two of the basketball coaches, Indian men team and the women team, are Serbian coaches of great repute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will take again an immense pleasure to say about Sri Swaminathan Sarji, who's also a Shiv Chhatrapati Awardee. So I would like to know, as even the audience wants to know, how was your feeling like when when you came to know that you are going to be a recipient for this Shiv Chhatrapati Awardee, and what is the eligibility for this, sir?
I'm very glad that you asked me this question. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is my childhood hero, along with some of the other names. But to be nominated for the Chhatrapati Award. Hello.
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Chhatrapati Award was one of the best things that has happened in my life. because post that award, whenever I give an interview or something, they always used to mention Sri Chhatrapati Shivaji Award winner. It is like adding my name, adding Shivaji Maharaj's name to my name. So it was a accelerating movement. I always am proud that when somebody refers to me as a Shiv Chhatrapati Award winner. And eligibility for these to get this award, I believe it is 5 years you should have played for the state of Maharashtra. And if you're in a team game, your team should be in the top 8 teams in the nationals.
Okay. Okay.
So individual performances can be easily, it is it's very clear. But for a team game, if a team sport has to have a Chhatrapati awardee, his or her team should finish the top 8 teams in the nationals.
Wonderful. So basketball game is purely about the team game, and there is also an individual game. So how you can distinguish between the individual and the team game, sir?
See, it is my opinion is that an individual sport, an individual athlete, his focus and his motivation has to be extremely of the top order. Why is he's training alone? He or she, that athlete is training alone. He's been set a goal that this is what you have to achieve. It is very difficult to always be motivated by your own self. If someone has got that talent and the courage to do it, hats off. That's why we have such great individual athletes who are making us proud. But in a team game, if it is not your day, you have at least somebody who's scoping in, who's contributing, and your team wins. It can win, it can lose. But the amount of courage, amount of an individual sportsman requires, the training, the schedule, it's tough. But those who have overcome this have always seen them on the pedestal.
Okay.
So team game, yes, team game teaches you a lot of things, like how to be. We are all different people with different thoughts coming together. Okay. So sense of contribution is very high in a team game, because I don't play the game properly on a particular day. I don't perform properly when my teammates are performing and contributing towards the game. So sense of contribution is very high, and it teaches you a lot of attitude.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, generally I have seen that many coaches they work so hard for the team, but sometimes the sad part is that the moment the players going to come across some exams or anything in the coming days or in the coming months, the parents stop them not to go for the sports and all things. So what is the message would you like to give for the parents for this matter, sir?
Basically, it is like this. I have been coaching. I used to coach in YMCA, and generally people think that sending my child to a sport or a sports pursuit is waste of time. Whereas the same child is spending 1 hour, 1.5 hours playing down in their societies or wherever on the roads without discipline learning. But when they come to a gymkhana, when they come to a club, when they come to an academy, there they are taught, they are learning something in a disciplined manner. There is a lot of discipline when you are being coached, and this discipline learning and this time they spend. Generally, people think when my child comes back home, he's going to be tired. Yes, physically slight exhaustion will be there, but what happens to their mindset? It becomes broader. It becomes more alert. They become more alert and they can receive things very fast. They can absorb things fast. And I have seen these results of all those children who have been coming to me, who had been coming to me at that time when I was coaching in YMCA.
Okay.
Their parents have come back and told us that yes, there is a lot of changes in them, in their attitude, in their behavior. That comes with discipline learning. So I would urge the parents to never stop your child from going for discipline learning. Just back them up, you will see the results.
Okay. And I think this is a message for all the parents, do not stop your kids. but allow them to go because your kids will be disciplined in a different level. So this is my very personally, I would like to ask, like in India, sir, which state or services you can say that they are extremely good in the basketball now? Which team or which states are there, sir? They're very good in India right now.
Basically, in National Basketball Championship, there are two professional teams, institutions are taking part. Services, that is a combined team of all the forces, and one is railways, combined team of all different railways. Apart from that, it is all state teams. Services have won this national championship for more than 32 times, 32 years. Then railways for many years. States like Tamil Nadu, Punjab, they have won the national championship. Rajasthan, they have won the national championship as individual states. What happens is when you have a railways and a services state, naturally some of your state players who are in services or who are working, they are good enough. So their institution picks them up and makes them represent their state. But their respective institution teams. But that is where when two of your state players or five of your state players are representing railways or services, I would want the state association to take it as a positive thing that we can add 5 more talented players in our state team. Okay. So these are the states which have done apart from railways and services.
Yeah, as Soumya
all teams are strong. All teams are strong. It is only where they end up. Okay. So the difference is minimal.
And regarding, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share something about this. When the moment sir said about the services, the service team is nothing but it's an Indian Air Force, Army, and Navy. This is a combination, and CRP, CSF. It's a combination of these are the people, and they form a team. That is known as the services team. Am I right, sir? That's the thing.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Yeah. So, I have seen that, like from past so many decades now, infrastructure has improved a lot.
There's a lot of audio disturbances.
Yeah. So the infrastructure improved a lot. I mean, there are a lot of new techniques has come for the coaching also. But one thing, like I have seen that, the people always have a doubt, what to eat after the training, what to eat. So what message you want to give? Because there are two verticals are there. One are the vegetarians are there, then non-vegetarians are there. So what is the tips you want to give to these kind of people, like for the good diet plan, sir?
So basically, when we used to play, we used to eat everything, and we were able to digest everything. And now, see, the sports itself has evolved. Any sport has evolved, and a lot of scientific approach is being used, like diet, like training. We have a trainer, we have a physio, we have a dietitian who takes plans, because each game will have a different, should have a different diet plan, basically because of the activity. Like basketball, there is not much of running. It is all sliding, striding, and jumping. Okay. So the energy and the type of strength required. So you plan your diet accordingly. So we need to segregate diets for different games. But basic, yes, you should, whether you're a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian, I don't think it matters, because we have seen very strict vegetarian top class sportsmen who have ended up on the podium. Wow. So basically, we should have a scientific approach and plan the diet accordingly.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. And so, yeah, on behalf of Nehru Gymkhana, this webinar, what we are doing is to promote this sport and to bring the revival in the basketball arena. So if somebody wants to pursue, or if they want to come and play, so where to go and whom to approach, or I mean, can they come and talk to you directly? What is the plan for them who want to come to you, sir?
See, anytime I'm approachable. I'm a very approachable person, I can always share my experiences and whatever encouragement, whatever support I can give, I can coach them. But the availability of infrastructure is one of the problems. I do agree. But we have seen many schools, they're having basketball courts, but it is rarely used. I would urge these schools who have this facility to please open your gates for coaching purposes so that children in your area are able to learn and pick up this game.
And
Hello?
I would like to encourage viewers, join the basketball, because this is one of the game which makes you tired like anything. One of the tiring game gives you good strength, your speed, and your power. This is these three elements are there which makes you in a perfect shape. And this can, with this fitness, like you can achieve a lot of things in the life. And so first, last but the least, I would like to ask this. So many people are there who participate in the district level. They're doing the preparation for the state level, and state level champion. They're doing for the nationals, and the national want to do they want to represent India. Concluding this, what is the message you want to give for all these people who are working really hard right now, sir?
Focus, attitude, never say die spirit, and don't stop at anything. Like if someone says that I have played for the country and I have received Arjuna Awardee, I am an Arjuna Awardee, don't stop at it. But keep going. Once your playing days are over, try to contribute and give back to the game which has put you in such a high esteem. So give it back, have a sense of contribution, return it back to the game. Because we are not going to take away anything with us. So give it back. Always share what you have. I mean, that has been my principle. People should approach me if I know that somebody is in need of some sort of guidance. I'm always there. Most welcome. It would be my pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, while I was just talking to sir also, before we concluding this webinar, when I was talking to sir, sir said one thing is like, you need to keep working. You need to believe yourself. You have good attitude that never giving up, and always stay motivated and don't stop. It's not only for the sports, but it's for our job, our studies, that attitude what we're going to bring in the life now. And Swami sir, thank you so much for that.
Allow me to add. Can I add?
Please, sir, please.
See, what I take back from my game, which has been very useful for my life also, is facing defeat and success. What it has taught me is, apart from all this what we have discussed now, is how to be magnanimous in defeat and how to be modest in victory, which will always do you. If you have this, you learn this from the sport, which only you can learn from sports. We cannot learn from any other aspect of your life, which will always help you in your life, coping up with your debacles and problems in your life, which will give you the strength. Thank you.
And I purely believe what sir has said, that, being as a sportsman, you'll be always motivated, and it's a different perception about your own personal life. And this coming moments, I would like to open for the questionnaire sessions, and for our viewers who's watching us right now in the webinar, and you can ask any question to Swami sir right now, and related to whether it's the game plan or the diet, whatever. This is your time now. You can unmute and you can talk right now with sir. Over to you all.
Thank you, Shibu.
Thank you, sir.
Shibu sir.
Sir?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask? Can I speak?
Yeah, please, sir. Please, sir. It's your time, sir.
Swami sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Vikas. Yeah, I just want to know what is the right age to start a basketball. So just think a boy is raw. He's learning basketball. You want to learn basketball. So what is the right age to start?
In my experience, I would say 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
Okay, fine,
Basically,
fine.
basketball is not. It's an intrinsic game.
Yeah.
For a child to pick up the attitudes of the game. Physical fitness you can start at any age, but picking up basketball, I would say I would put the age at 6 to 7. Ideal age is 6 to 7.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Sir, I have one question. Sir, is it true? Suppose if a child start playing basketball, his or her the height can increase in this due to this game, sir?
No way, no way, no
Okay.
way. See, your limbs can stretch, but your height cannot increase.
Okay.
So growing up is a natural process. As far as physical growth is concerned, it's a natural process, but it can be stunted. It can be stunted. A growing child, I've seen many people who at the age of 14, 15 have picked up something like weightlifting. Anything you lift over the shoulder, it is going to stunt your growth naturally. But increasing the height is something very natural. It is, I would say it is a God gift.
Genetical also.
Yeah, please, Mr. Stanley.
Yeah, I would like to ask you that during this pandemic, there are people who are finding it difficult to keep fit, and being a player yourself, and you're, I think, very fit even now. So what is your advice to people during this hard times in the house, like without any equipment or anything? How do we keep ourselves fit?
Since we are coming to the topic of pandemic, it is very unfortunate that many people have lost their opportunities and livelihood. It is my prayer to the Almighty that things are going to resurrect and all their lives are resurrected, especially people who have lost their income. My heart goes out to them. But I treated this being on a comfort level. I treated this pandemic period when you are isolated in your homes to take this as an opportunity to get back your fitness. Because many people have complained, even I used to complain that when I was working, like I don't get time for my regular exercises. God has given you this by misfortune or fortune. So I took this as an opportunity to work out at my home. You don't require equipments. There are a lot of freehand exercises, power training which you can do without equipments. That is how I followed, and I would like to proudly say that I have lost about 11 kgs in these 4 months. For me, which is a big achievement. So I have seen many videos on YouTube, and some of the coaches have loaded videos wherein they have designed physical fitness, how to stay fit through using your normal available space. I was very impressed with that. I'm sure most of us have seen these videos. It is only that up to you to motivate yourself, focus, and to pick it up as an opportunity, which will lead you to fitness.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Can I ask a
please.
question?
Please, sir.
I
Yes,
am
sir.
Shiro. I am from Nuclear Power Corporation, and maybe I am just a tennis player. I want to ask you a question. That for every game, you have to know what is on the court and what is off the court. Means you have to train on the court and off the court. So I have a question about off the court. Can you say what is the preparation required? What is the mental fitness required? Or miss what type of training one should be given for basketball?
For basketball, see, for any sport, mental preparation is priority. That comes first. You need to have a positive attitude towards sport. You should have this thing to achieve. As far as training is concerned, physical fitness should be about endurance. It should be about endurance. It should be about staying power. There are a lot of physical exercises given for various sports. For basketball, I told you, it's not about just running, but you need to build up your stamina. So that is long distance running, running over a period of time, not in speed, but this is what is required. On court, yes, nothing can be done without the basketball, means it's a ball. So unfortunately, when we used to train, there used to be only one more ball amongst 10 to 12 players. Now things have changed. Every player is given one ball each. So he is not short of practicing for his talent, for his to getting his skills. So things have changed now. So whatever you do in basketball is only with the ball, because you cannot be just running around here and there. So the part of equipment that is required. Each coach has got a different type of coaching pattern. So we should pick up the best, and we should have a collage of all these coaching patterns and then absorb it. Am I clear, sir? I hope I have answered your question.
One clarification. When you say we should accept defeat, do you say we accept the defeat or we should fight again?
Defeat and success, win, are part of the game, right? You are defeated today. I would say you are eliminated, not defeated. I have always taken things as elimination. If I'm playing a tournament, if I'm not going to go further in the tournament, I'm just eliminated from the tournament. I'm not defeated. Being defeated means you have given up. Being defeated means you have given up. You can never resurrect if you feel that you are defeated.
Okay, thank you.
Am I clear, sir?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Sir, I have one
My
question, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
please.
Sir, can I ask a question? Good evening, sir. Swaminathan, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm a parent of a son who plays cricket and he's in class 8, 13 years old. So
Okay.
you are a great player and a coach also. So regarding this physical level, mental level, or maybe discipline side, as a parent, what is your suggestion? 3 most important, say, do's or, and more importantly, don'ts that parents should not do or interfere in their playing habits or maybe mental levels.
So don'ts, I would like to talk to you about don'ts. Don't stop him from pursuing sports. Let it be any sport, cricket or any sport. Okay. Give him that opportunity, push him. Now I would like to say that previously it used to be a family of a parent having 5, 6 children. Now we see a nuclear family, maximum 2 children. Maximum 2. That's what I would say. It's a welcome now. But push your child. Give the child time. It is not enough that you just send them to the academies or clubs. Spend time with him. Watch him play. Watch him pick up the game. And that makes a lot of difference when a child sees that my parent is taking interest in me. It is not just sending me and enlisting me in a club. As much time as you can spend with the child when he is in discipline learning, do that without interfering in the coaching. But when he says you're watching him and he gets encouragement, that is the utmost thing. Do's is the same thing as what I said, don'ts. You convert it into do's, they are do's.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I have a question here.
Yeah,
I heard you say Indian Gymkhana, and I have been a part of Indian Gymkhana. I grew up in and around Indian Gymkhana, and I have heard my uncles and dad talk about the great Abbas Muntasir. Heard these stories about Abbas Muntasir, Ghulam Rasool, and the like. And I have been fortunate enough to see Ramu Memorial about 2 or 3 seasons, where I have seen the likes of Ajmer Singh, Jaishankar Menon, all those Indian nationals. So my question to you is, I have seen the craze of Ramu Memorial in and around Indian Gymkhana when it used to be a kind of spectacle, annual spectacle. Why is it that we are not able to maintain those kind of tournaments where you had people coming in from different parts of the country, sportsmen who actually, a lot of them who went on to represent India, play some awesome basketball. Today, yes, obviously we understand that, paucity of time or whatever reasons that people give. I think one good reason why we had those kind of players like yourself and many more. I think Ramu Memorial has got a lot to contribute towards that. What is your opinion on that?
I'm very glad that you asked this question. If I am today here, if I am talking to you, thanks to Ramu Memorial, because I was just living across the Gymkhana, just across the road. The names that you mentioned, Abbas Montasir is one player. When the Filipino coach said, "Give me Abbas, I will conquer the world." So for us, they're all revered figures. Indian Gymkhana also has produced many international players. Now, why Ramu Memorial? Ramu Memorial was one of the tournaments, the primary tournament in India. Every team wanted to participate in Ramu Memorial tournament. It was such a huge tournament. Paucity of funds due to lack of proper management, that Ramu Memorial tournament has ended. But if you see in other states, they all are carrying their All India Invitational tournaments. Like you said, the cream of the country participates. Now, apart from that, now I would say I would be the happiest person if Ramu Memorial is revived, because it is because of such tournament that I got the interest and picked up the game. So I join you in praying for the revival of the tournament. I would also like to, I will appreciate if the torch bearers of this tournament come back and revive this tournament.
Sir, it's extremely nostalgic because I used to play lawn tennis, which was just across the court. But then, in Indian Gymkhana, everything revolved around basketball. So when there were rains and the courts were flooded, we used to take a basketball and try to get in a couple of loops in. So it's a very close connection that we have with basketball, being a part of the Gymkhana. So I absolutely understand where you're coming from.
It is breaking a heart. Ramu Memorial has not been revealed. It has not been revisited for so many years. So he gave me this opportunity to express what I feel.
Absolutely, sir. I share every being someone who's been watching it from the sidelines. I think it's something which has been we have all grown up watching that. So
I've had the pleasure and honor of playing in a tournament for so many years when we used to represent State Bank of India.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I am 10 years old. Rishikesh.
Yeah.
Pune. I play tennis as well as basketball.
Okay.
So I play basketball alone. My price is now tennis only. Main point tennis, but I play basketball too. So I play basketball alone. So how can I improve my drills?
I can. How can we improve your?
Improve my drills. Of
Yes.
basketball.
Okay. First, let me tell you, never, when you say your age, never say you are 10 years old, you are 10 years young. Always say you are 10 years young. Whatever is your age, always add young. Never feel old, okay? Just off this thing. Since you are playing so many games, each game has got a different set of exercises to be done. So now, every time you play a particular game, you pick up that drill and do it. Drill means you're talking about warming up, how to do exercises, and most of these sports will have a common type set of exercises. Plus, in addition to that, you will have multifarious different type of exercises added to individual games. So basic will be the same. So each game will have a different set of exercises added to this basic. It's up to your coach. Since you are not playing under guidance, and it is very unfortunate that you are not playing with the guidance, I would ask you to enlist yourself in a club or an academy which has got disciplined and proper day-to-day training. Have I answered your question, beta?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. All the best.
If you have any other questions, we can please ask, so we can have 1 or 2 questions more now. If not, I would like to thank you, Swaminathan sir. Thank you so much for your great insight.
Swami sir,
Somebody is there, sir.
Swami sir, I want to ask one question. Any
Yeah.
funny incidents happens in your life while playing state level or national level or international level?
Funny incident. I don't know, because I was so focused and serious about the game that I don't know even if I must have come across. But I'm very sorry, I'm not able to recollect any funny incidents. They have happened off the court, so I cannot talk to you about off the court now. I can on the court, not any funny incidents. Off the court, this is not a forum where I can share it. So when we meet personally, we will share those funny moments off the court.
Thanks.
Swami sir, thank you once again for your great insight for this sports and the contribution towards thank you so much. I would like to say this was a very well-known personality in the international circuit, that Mr. Sri Swaminathan sir, who stand tall 6 feet 3 inch, and Shiv Chhatrapati Awardee. Thank you so much, sir. That I would like to give this my dice to Vikram Shetty, who's the vice president and of a Nerul Gymkhana managing
Vikas
committee,
Shetty.
for the vote of thanks.
He's Vikas Shetty.
Sir,
There's one more question.
I have good evening, sir.
Somebody want to speak. Somebody want to speak.
Good evening. I'm Abhilip. I'm speaking. Abhilip, sir.
Yeah, speak.
I have a question.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm 12 years and I'm playing lawn tennis and I want to become an international player. So, as you're an international player, I want your guidance and thoughts about it.
See, apart from, like I said, any sport has its own discipline, training systems. But are you associated with Nerul Gymkhana? Because Nerul Gymkhana has got one of the finest facilities for tennis. They have almost about 4 courts, and they're having ongoing training. They have ongoing coaching. I would, if you're staying in and around Nerul, I would say that you should join that club.
Yes,
Or
sir,
any place if you're out there.
Yes, sir. I'm already playing in Nerul Gymkhana.
So basically, any sport will have its own training programs. So I would say that you should pay proper attention to what the coaches says. If he says 5 times you jump 6 times, but don't jump 5 times. Basically 4 times. Basically, what happens is I've seen many trainees. When we say jump 6 times, they jump 4 times. They think the coach is not looking. You may get away with it, but it is for your own good that you do something extra. You always walk that extra mile. If somebody says 5 times, you do it 6 times. It will only help you. So it's on to your coaches. Listen to them. Understand what they are trying to say and follow suit. You will definitely, this will help you in a long way to become an international tennis player. And I just pray and I wish you all the best that one day we see your name as an international player. This is a prayer and this is a wish. All the very best, Vika.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure, absolutely.
Vikas, 1 minute, Shashi Pandey. Vikas, Vikas, before you start your, vote of thanks, I just wanted to say hello to Swaminathan.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir.
My apology. I was a bit late. I mean, I was out, but whatever I could gather from last 25-30 minutes, it was really very enlightening and nice to see after a long time, Swaminathan ji. Thank you very much, Swami. And
absolutely.
Thank you. And Vikas, all yours.
Vikas Shetty, over to you now for the Thanksgiving. Vote of thanks.
Yeah. On
Vikas ji, are you there?
yeah. Okay, okay. On behalf of Nehru Gymkhana trustees and my students, and sharing your vast experience. Yeah, you can hear me.
We can hear
Hello.
you.
You can hear me.
Yes, yes. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. It's a really great honor of the Swami being, sharing his vast experience with us. And it was a very good interactive section also, webinar, and the audience and the members here. Thank you once again to all of you. Thank you.
I would like to say something. I really appreciate this initiative of online webinar, since we are not able to be on court. So having a talk from many sportsmen with their achievements will only help the younger generation and give them the direction. So I take this opportunity to thank Nehru Gymkhana, all its active management committee members, and Shibu Verghese for giving this opportunity. Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's an honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Swami. Thank you, Swami.
Before we conclude, and we really want to thank you all the participants and the viewers who are there with us. And being as a Sunday, you have taken your precious time, and without your presence, this webinar would have been successful. But thank you so much for this, and I would like to thank you, our chairman sir also, Venu Raina sir also.
Thank you, Shibu. Thank you, Swami ji. Thank you, everybody.
Shibu, a small
Thank you.
announcement. Can
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot to all the participants, and Nehru Gymkhana will next week again bring to you another celebrity. So please join us next week also. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran.
Once again. And before we end up, thank you so much, and God bless you, and stay safe, and let's fight against this pandemic in a house also. Thank you so much. Swaminathan C sir, thank you so much for joining us in this webinar.
My pleasure, absolutely.
Thank you, Swaminathan.
Thank you, Swaminathan.